The wind's gonna blow my Jeep over.
Spring Auto Expo and today's car show and tomorrow's car show. So this is average day in the life at Ferris State University. Brought to you by Ferris State University. Sponsored by President Pink and Grant Landowski.
Yes.
And Jerry Martin. Well,
Gary Martin.
We'll give you some clips from the car show. Might be getting some dyno pulls in here, and we'll definitely get some Jerry in here. Don't worry about that.
Huh?
You'll be in the video. Everybody loves seeing Jerry.
Okay, buddy.
Okay, buddy. Yeah, let's check out the underhood of Jerry's truck. We'll just start off with the best, and then work our way down from there. So Gary, what do you got done here?
So we got greasy MSD two-step box.
Greasy. Yep.
So I can shoot flames.
Yep.
We got these greasy eBay long tube headers.
Oh yeah.
It's got a Chopacabra cam in it. And that's really it. Just a shitter.
And an exhaust. Full 2.5-inch stainless.
I wouldn't say stainless, as you can see.
Oh yeah, that's pretty stainless.
Yeah. But
Straight
they're duals,
China.
so I don't care.
Yeah, and it shoots flames, so you don't care.
Yeah. As you can see over there,
Where?
Upham's cooking some greasy dogs.
Tool show in here.
We got the tool show, we got a new Toyota, 2 new Toyotas.
Yep.
The Hummer EV and the Stage 1 Challenger EV. This was the same shop in the 1950s.
Jeez. That's crazy.
Look at those floor-to-ceiling windows.
Then here we've got our airflow room. So we've got a couple flow benches. We got one here, one over there. Ben's gonna show you here how the
So we're gonna be looking at
airflow
this
machine works.
Cubic feet per minute. I'm gonna read that with this pitot tube here. So we'll stick this down into the intake, and it'll measure how fast our airflow is through the head. We'll start it up. That is loud without headphones. We've got all our heads and intake manifolds down here that are available to students for research and development. Everybody's got a final project in the airflow class where you have to improve upon an existing design. So you see a lot of kids will take Dremels and kind of smooth out and bore out some of these intakes.
Or people do stuff like over there, they got velocity stacks. They're testing on this, I believe, 5.3 head. Yeah, so there's some previous years velocity stacks that people have ran.
All student designed.
This is our engine dyno. Got a 5.3 in it. And then we got our chassis dyno down in the other room. We'll show you guys that. See if we can get some pulls on both of these. So we're now on the chassis dyno. We got a Silverado strapped down there. And we're gonna be running, what kind of test? Step test, you said?
Step test, yep. And the parameters are, start speed is 40 mile an hour. End speed is 80 mile an hour.
Okay.
Our steps are 5 mile an hour. And every 10 seconds it'll increase the step. So that's what we're doing. And here we go. When it counts up to 10, that's when it makes its next move. One more.
So when it steps, you can see the horsepower jump. 180-ish. You can see our torque and power from our dyno results. And now, since we're done with the chassis dyno, we'll show you this lab down here.
Yeah.
And then we'll move on.
So all the engines you see on this table here are student projects. We have our performance machining classes that you can enroll in, and each student sources their own engine. They have free reign of the workshop to build their engine as they please, boring it out, stroking it, whatever they want to do. They source their parts and they put it together. You learn how to properly build a high performance motor in one of these classes here.
So what we got this power honing boring equipment here. This is a CK10.
We use these to bore out the cylinders. We got diamond stones for them, and also put the finish hone stones in for a finish hone. We also have torque plates over here, okay? What those do is they simulate a cylinder head being bolted onto that engine. So when you bolt a torque plate on, it stresses a cylinder, then we'll hone it round while it's distressed. So what that does, give you a perfectly round cylinder, better ring seal, in turn more performance. Now we'll walk over here, we got a line hone. Okay, what a line hone does is we true up the main saddle of a block. Everything's measured off the center line of this crankshaft, so this is the first thing we do. So what we do is reduce this cap, maybe cut it 2 to 4 thousandths, and then hone it back out to standard size, and any measuring we do off the center line of this is in perfect trueness. Walk over this one, look at the crankshaft grinder. This is a crankshaft grinder. So what we do is we put a crankshaft in here, dial indicate the center mains on it, center this thing up into chucks, then we'll grind the mains, say 10, 20, 30 under, whatever bearing size or whatever damage is done to that crankshaft, true that up. Then what we do is we go off center. So these chucks actually go off center. Say if this was a 3-inch stroke, we would go 3 inches off center, then we would center up this one rod journal. So this one rod journal is centered and ready to be ground. Everything else is going around that. So we grind this one rod, then we'll index 90 degrees to the next one, grind that 90 degrees, and so on and so forth till we get all the rods ground. We can also do offset grinding. Offset grinding, what we do is grind off the backside, which would increase the length of the stroke of that crankshaft to build a stroke or crankshaft out of that. A lot of shops will weld on this outside, grind on this underside, and then come it up so we can add stroke to that crankshaft. All right, so this is a seat and guide machine. We do all of our valve jobs with 3-angle cutter blades. So we got all 3 angles, our 30, our 45, and our 60. I also have 5-angle cutter blades, so you can really blend radius that seat area, increase the flow past that seat. I've got a student here, kind of ported these heads out a little bit. He's starting to do a valve job on them now. This machine's all on air float cable systems, so it all floats nice, leveling. We also have, this is something that students have done. This student has taken, these are pressed in rocker studs. So when you get into high performance wise, increased spring pressure, increased cam lift, these start pulling out. So in performance wise, what we do is we pull them all out. They mill those towers down, drill and tap them for screw and studs, and we eliminate that problem. The other thing the student has done, bored out all the cast iron guides, put in performance bronze guides in here, makes you a lot better guide for performance stuff. The other thing he's done, these should be a 194, 150 valve head. Open them up to 20216, so we increase the valve size to increase the flow. He's done a 5-angle valve job on this. We got a very nice radius past the seat for flow. Also dog-legged the blade out and blended all these bowls so they're nice and even blend work on them. Has a little bit more work to do on this, resurface, a few other things, but come along real good with these.
This is where we have all of our cleaning stuff. So these engines will leave looking 100 times better than they came in. Here you can see some stuff that we haven't had the chance to finish yet. But we have everything from sandblasting to pressure washing to baking. Basically anything you need to make one of these metal parts clean and look new again.
Well, there's all the stuff in our building. Well, most of it. Obviously there's more if you come here. But now we'll give you some content from the car show, which is what you're probably here for. All right, Percy, what do you got here?
This is my mom's 97 Trans Am, family vehicle. My grandma bought it brand new in 1997, and when she passed away due to financials, they had to sell a car. Then later on, my grandpa died in 2007, and my mom, as soon as that happened, she's like, I want my mom's Trans Am. And as soon as she was going to get her heritage, she was going to find whoever owned it, offer them, you know, the money to buy it, like outright buy it, even if it's for sale or not. Ended up, we were able to find that it was last registered in Alpena, and it was for sale in Alpena, the same exact car. And so my dad went up there and bought it for my mom for her 40th birthday, and here it is now. It was originally all silver. It's got headers, it's got trans shift kit, it's got tune on the engine too, and then they put these blue stripes on it. That's the only thing different from when my grandma bought it brand new. I was told to bring it up here, make it all look nicer and fix any issues it had, and then drive it to the drag strip so my mom could drag race it. I'm not allowed to race it at all.
Well, I mean, look what happened to the last Pontiac you owned.
That's a different story.
Love that.
Oh yeah.
Dollar store Hellcat right there.
Whose was best?
None of them, they're all shitters.